This area was cleared out by the electrical company a couple of months ago, so this has got almost no damage to it. A couple of big trees snapped off at 20 feet up, 30 feet up. A lot of trees way in the woods that are snapped off. They're like twigs. The ground was still wet from all the rain. But as we get out of the area where they cut back for the power lines, you start to see the trees that have been knocked over. You know that over there. This area was completely impassable last night from 10 to midnight. I was out here with a chainsaw around with about 100 other guys, backhoes, front end loaders, graders, you name it. They were out here working. All the neighbors, there was the county, state, the power companies, the tree services, the forest service, and volunteer companies or volunteer groups from Shreveport and the surrounding area all came in to try and get some of this squared away so that the emergency vehicles could get in. The damage, you can see these huge trees just snapped in half, and there's going to be a lot more of them fall as wind picks up because some of them are just leaning. Others were left completely alone. It was incredible. As you can see, these short pines were left alone because they were too small to catch the tornado. The wind came in and broke things off right about there at their top of their height. And in other areas, it just ripped them apart. It came through here and it blew that tank over like it was nothing. And you can see these trees on either side just ripped to shreds. This is less than 12 hours later, and you have people cutting and squaring away their homes. County vehicles have been out here constantly. These are parts of the chicken house. There's a dramatic one for you. The big fallen tree is just one of about 8 trees that are back there knocked over like they were twigs. The chicken houses, those were not in real great condition, but they were still solid buildings. You can see how they're just shredded. This area amazingly, we're about 3 miles from our house right now, maybe 4, and this is where it stops. You have some trees knocked over like this in the front yards of our neighbors, and this one's got trees landing on the house. Here's another. The large trees out in the open seem to take the most to hit. They just snapped them off like they were nothing, or just these look like they got pulled out of the ground. Pine trees don't normally fall over with the balls open like that. They normally snap off and fall in a tornado. But they must have, just because they were out in the open, they took the brunt. Our power company, Panola Harrison, should be commended. They had guys out here immediately, and they had the power on before the sun came up this morning. That is amazing. We're gonna go north. This is the other place. We live straight on. We're gonna go north, which is where I helped out a couple hours more last night. You see there's still debris on 31. This is the area where the lady was killed. They're still hooking up power lines. These are the power lines. We were blocked. We couldn't clear the road because the power lines were down. It looks like we may not be able to get through. I don't know if we will or not. Now they think that's part of the roadblock. They're hooking up the power lines now. This was all down. All these trees that are on the sides of the road when we come up around this turn were actually in the road and we cut them out. This is the beginning of the cut stuff. It looks like they moved most of the heavy logs out of here, completely off the road. They pushed some of them off to the side, but the big heavy stuff is still, it looks like they've moved it out of here. Now, I did not help this. We were busy trying to get through there, and we were blocked because the wires were down. This area up here took some serious hits, but there were too many vehicles for me to be able to come up here and help at all. Oh, wow. And it looks like we had wires down all over the place. That may have been whenever the lady was killed. I don't know for sure. That house is caving in now. The fire department took a hit. And this home took a hit. That could be where she died too. I just don't know where they live. I didn't know the people that got hurt. Alright, do you want to keep going or should we turn around? I don't know how far north the damage goes. We're outside my area of knowledge now. Just that short drive was all I was able to get to last night. Anyways, that's what happened. Talk to you later.